Bada bing, 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 bing. That guy, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Hope you're doing well today. We got some crafting to get done, but first I gotta get all of the chats open and set up so that I don't miss anything. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Alright, so that's good. That's set up. We can move that over. Right, we are live. Practically everything. I left my water inside. 1 second. Let me go grab that. Let me go grab my water. Ugh. Okay, we're set. We're good to go. We're ready. Let's do this. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. I'm doing really well. I'm excited to knock out a little bit of streaming today. Got a short stream today because I got to pick up my kiddo and take him to swim lessons later on, but that's okay. Sorry, I messed with my mic. It may sound really weird for a second. There we go. Maybe it doesn't sound any different. I don't know. But yeah. What's up? What's up? All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's load in. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're knocking this out. We should set up a beacon, huh? Okay, we can set up a beacon. My inventory is going to be disgusting for a while, but I genuinely do not care. We're just going to have to deal with it. We will have to deal with it, and if you don't like it, then click off the stream, I guess. That guy, no problem. Enjoy working with your dad, dude. Don't worry about it. Make that money, dog. All right, we're going to place it right here. Right there. All right. Flame Frax, what's up? You made a YouTube channel? Congratulations. How's that going for you? I hope it's great. Last guys. I'll see if I can join later. All right, sounds good. I was here though. You were here. That's for sure. Dum 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 dum. Okay. Yeah. Let's build this really quickly. Bum 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 bum. Bye bye. Have a good one. Evil Goober, thank you for the follow. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope you're doing all right today. Hi, how are you? Hope you're doing all right. Evil Goober, how'd you come up with that name? I need to know these things. I'm curious. Woo! Wop wop! A woo! I forgot to take my allergy medicine this morning, so I need to do that because I can already feel myself beginning to itch. I was working in the yard, and I'm paying the price. All right, let's put that up, and then grab those. Put this bad boy in there. Do that. Do that. Do that. He made a Roblox video, but it's a horrible quality. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Gotta start somewhere. Okay, we're gonna get this pillar out of the way. That's my first order of business. Also, I need to check how many rockets do I have? I don't have a ton of rockets. That's not good. Also, don't have a ton of TNT, gunpowder. So at some point, we're gonna have to go back to the overworld. Probably after this stream, you guys won't see it, but I need to AFK at my mob farm, get some gunpowder again, so I'll probably leave the Minecraft running while I do that. You know what I mean? But Roblox, what is it about Roblox that you enjoy? I'm not a Roblox guy. I've played Roblox probably a total of, I don't know, 5 hours. Not really my thing. You wanted to do a Minecraft video? Well, why didn't you do that? Is something keeping you from doing a Minecraft video? I really should just go empty my inventory, make a bunch of shulker boxes, and just put as much of the endstone into shulker boxes as I can. Even though I don't really care to keep any of this, I think it's gonna be kind of nice to have. Oh, you don't have... Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Well, do you get an allowance? Or are there chores that you can do to make money? I don't know, cleaning up yards, maybe? Like raking leaves during the fall, mowing yards during the spring and summer? Anything like that? Maybe you're too young to do that. I really don't know. It's none of my business, but... I don't know, I just remember as a kid, that's what I did. Because I used to ask my mom for money, and she would just stare at me. And she'd be like, you know what? I appreciate you asking, but no. But what you can do is you can go grab some lemonade. I'll help you get the lemonade, and you can go sell lemonade if you want to try that. Or you can go mow the yard. There's a lawnmower in our garage. Go grab it, walk around the neighborhood, you know. You need a credit card. Well, I mean... Yeah, you probably can't use your own credit card, but if you go empty our inventory. If you save up money from like birthdays or I don't know how you get money. If you go work and then you have cash, you could trade that to your parents and then they could buy the game for you. Granted, I am speaking. I'm just kind of randomly talking here. You can just tell me to be quiet. I don't know your life setup. It's none of my business. But I'm just saying there might be some options available to you. Wait, did I put my... I did. I need this. We'll grab 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll grab 5 of these. 6, actually. And then we'll put the rest back in there. Then we go back to mining this pillar out. Let's see, yeah, you're still 10 years old. You have $3,000. Oh my gosh. Oh, so you're a big saver. Well, heck yeah, dude. Keep on saving, dog. I was not a saver when I was a kid. And that came back to bite me when I got older, so you're building really healthy habits now. So that's awesome. Well, other than starting a YouTube channel and playing Roblox, what else have you done today? Oh, you're not a good saver at all? I mean, if you have $3,000 at the age of 10, you are doing something right. Maybe it's your parents making you save money, but you're definitely doing something right. You're doing more than what I did when I was your age. You make $1,000 every week just from editing? Not gonna lie to you, I find that hard to believe. But maybe you're right. Maybe you do. I don't know. But if you do, that means you definitely have money and you can buy Minecraft, because Minecraft's what, 20 bucks, 25 bucks, something like that? It's not that expensive, all things considered. There's definitely more expensive games and just way more expensive stuff out there. Unless you're saving that money for something specific like a car when you are old enough to drive. Wait, you don't know how to edit? Yeah, no, not from editing. Wait, what? Hold on. I'm getting very confused. My brain doesn't understand. Also, let me do something really quick. Alright, there we go. I'm funny. Your dad. Oh, okay. Got you. That makes more sense. I'm funny. What makes me so funny? Why am I funny? I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope I'm funny. Or at least I hope that I bring some level of entertainment value to you. That would be a little weird if you were just watching and I didn't bring any entertainment value. Dude, this is gonna take a very long time to get rid of. Not that I'm that worried about it. But still, it's gonna take a while. The most time-consuming part is gonna be grabbing all these little pieces. Burger Potato 3256. Hi, I am new. Welcome. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you have chosen my stream and have joined me this beautiful afternoon. Is it afternoon yet for me? Hold on. We got 2 minutes until it's afternoon. This beautiful morning. How are you doing today? Funny entertainment? Thank you. Let's see how long I can keep that up. I'm sure at some point I'm not funny. There's going to be a moment in the future. I don't know when. It may be today. It could be in 3 weeks. I don't know. But there's going to be a moment where I'm not funny. You're gonna be like Splunky, dog. That's not it. This isn't it. I'm all right. I just finished high school in the UK. Hey, can we get a round of applause for Burger Potato? Congratulations. You did it. So is the next step university or college? I don't know how that works in the UK. I don't know what the next steps are. Is like, how does that work? I don't know how that works, but congratulations. I bet that feels great. Do you have plans for your next steps? Are you going to continue school, or are you going to enter the workforce? Like, what are we doing? What are we thinking about? What's the goal here? Honestly, it's not really my business, but whatever it is, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take it and run with it. All right. It's college, then university, or a job. Interesting. Okay. Maybe you haven't decided yet. Maybe you're gonna take, I don't know. Do you guys have summer break in the UK? I don't know how that works. I know here in the States we get like summer break. So you have like 3 months to kind of figure it out. Well, I guess your senior year, your final year of high school, you basically kind of spend the whole second semester of the school year working on college applications and getting accepted into different universities, getting scholarships, and then deciding which university you want to attend. You have summer break here? Okay, bet. That's a good. I think everybody should have one of those. What shulker box mod is that? That's a great question. I don't remember off the top of my head. Why don't we look? Easy shulker boxes. There you go. That one right there. It's really convenient, really nice. I'm happy with the way it works. Yeah, anytime. So you a big Minecrafter? You play a lot of Minecraft? Or do you just like casually play? I mean, as you can kind of tell, I've been blowing up the end. I kind of play a lot. Probably more than I should. But, you know, it is what it is. Working on a giant inn build here. You've been streaming Minecraft. Oh, sick. How has that been for you? I have a lot of work to do around here, but that's all right. We'll get it done. It'll take a little bit of time, but we'll get there. Gotta try not to stare at any Endermen. I mean, not that I'm too worried about it, if I'm being honest. I can just do that. Yeah, there we go. It's been good, actually. Nice. Did you recently start streaming and making content? Oh, dude, no. That was close. That was real close. The goal is to not die, okay? The goal is to not die today. I would rather not die. If I can help it. I don't even know how I saw him. I don't know how I looked at him. What? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but... You've been making content for 3 or 4 years? Heck yeah. Has it all been Minecraft related content? Or have you just kind of been experimenting and then realized that you wanted to make Minecraft content? Ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. I've been making content for a very long time. But this channel specifically for about, I don't know, the channel's 3 years old, and I've probably been making content. I mean, I started making content 3 years ago on this channel, but like actually focusing on making content and being serious about it about a year ago. Been a mix of Minecraft and music. You make music? Wait, so like, are you making like a DJ kind of music where you like? I'm musically dumb, so please forgive me if I say something ignorant. But do you like play an instrument, or do you do both? How does that work? I wish I was musically gifted, but I'm not. I love music. There's something about music that like speaks to the soul. I don't know how to explain it, but music is amazing. All right, cool. Okay, there's one little area done. I guess we should start working on this wall over here. I really should get rid of all these little specks, but I'm kind of lazy and don't want to right now. So, I need to fix this. Let's do that really quick before we continue on. Where are my... Grab those, and then I have some more. I thought I had more. There we go. Is that all I need? I need an iron ingot. Where did I put those? There they are. Let's see. Just a mix of jazz and rock. I make it on software, but I can play the guitar. Oh, that is sick. What a cool talent. I have a guitar, but I don't know how to play it. I've had it for a very long time. I got it when I was a kid and then took some lessons and then just never did anything with it. It hurt my fingers and I never played enough to like actually build up the calluses that you need to build up on your fingers. So yeah, there's that. All right. So like, is being a musician like the goal for you, or is it just something that you enjoy doing for like fun? Bum 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 bum. Just something that you do for fun? Oh, you pop up on Google. Nice. I don't think I pop up on Google. I don't know how that works. But, I mean, maybe there's some SEO stuff that YouTube does on its own. I'm sure that's the case. So the software, did you have to pay for it? Or was it like, is it a free software? I literally have no idea how any of that works. And are you self-taught with the guitar, or did you like take lessons? Like, how does that work? Actually, let's pick those back up. Throw those down there. That can go up there, that can go up there. Alright, cool. Flame frags, I'll see it. Nice, Flunky. Thank you, thank you. You use a free software called MuseScore, and I'm self-taught. That is so cool. I imagine you had to practice a lot. I can't even imagine how much practice you had to put in. But I bet it was a ridiculous amount. Do you have a favorite song that you play? I'm sure you do. Surely you do. Your YouTube channel is Ryan Fidel. It's horrible. Well, you got to start somewhere, right? Like, Rome wasn't built in a day, so... And you're never going to get good at it if you don't start and, like, work at it consistently, so there's that. At least that's how I feel about it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but... Nothing Else Matters by Metallica? Ew. I'm sure if I heard it, I would know what you're talking. I know Metallica. I just don't know the song off the top of my head. I would have to hear it. Yeah, having all this Instone is not going to be that fun. Just gonna put that out there. Guys, I'm super excited for this weekend. Because this weekend I get to play basketball. I get to go hoop. Smoke on the Water, I know that song. That's the first song you learned? And you self-taught? Oh my gosh, how long did that take? That had to have taken a while. That had to have taken forever to learn. Maybe not. But I feel like it probably did. If I could learn any instrument, guitar would be one of them. It'd be, I think it's a tie between piano and guitar. I've never really been interested in drums. Well, maybe a little bit, but not too much. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Is he okay? Or she okay? Are they okay? You learned it 10 years ago? Oh my... What the heck? What the heck? What a boss. What was I doing 10 years ago? Playing college basketball and dreaming of the day I would be entered into and drafted by an NBA team, which did not happen, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not mad or sad about it or anything, you know? I've moved on. Okay, I'm glad to know that they're okay. That's crazy. How the heck did that even happen? It seems like a random... It seems like a very random way to get injured while playing basketball. Do you play sports? Your granddad taught you. That's cool. I don't think one of my grandfathers played instruments, but he passed away when I was really little, so I don't remember him. But he played like trumpet or something. He was like he got a scholarship for school for band. And then my other grandfather, I don't think he played any instruments that I'm aware of. Aldalia? Did I pronounce that correctly? I hope I did. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing all right today. They're putting a basketball hoop up and didn't take the patio slab off the hoop and got hit in the head. Oh, man. Well, I guess you live and you learn, huh? I guess the good thing is they're doing okay. Wow. What a dumb way to get injured, but, you know, guess it is what it is. Alright. What an interesting way to get injured, I guess, is a better way of putting that. He plays 5 to 7 different instruments? That's actually... That is broken. What a talented man. That must have taken a lot of hard work. Good for him. There's nothing more humbling than hearing that someone plays multiple instruments, in my opinion. What a unique talent. I have a brother that's like that. He's a band director, and he plays like 5 or 6 different instruments, mainly because he had to in order to become a band director, but, you know. I don't know if he knows how to play guitar or anything like that. He's not the brightest Minecraft streamer. Well, you know, I can't judge him. I don't know him, but it sounds like there were a few mistakes made. Yeah, I'll say that. Got some learning to do from the mistakes that he made. But hopefully it doesn't happen again, you know? Hopefully, moving into the future, he's good. I guess that's just a lesson to all of us. Double check that when you're putting up a hoop, you know, that you make sure that everything is removed after you're done doing it. He can read Morse code. That is cool. I don't know how it works in the UK, but I know here in the States, anytime I hear someone is a part of the armed forces, we thank them for their service. So I guess in that regard, you know, thank your granddad for his service. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. Definitely isn't mine. So Morse code though is pretty cool. I know it has something to do with like lines and taps and like the taps, and depending on how long the tap is or whatever, you have to, it translates to like a certain letter or something like that. I don't really get it, but a really awesome, I guess, way of communicating, like very unique way of communicating. If you can find someone that you can do that with, that'd be super sick if like you and your boys could talk in Morse code. You know what I mean? Made his family. That's hilarious. I'm glad to know that they have a sense of humor and that you have a sense of humor. So you do graphic design as well, or is that just you just randomly happen to throw something together there? That's pretty funny though. You don't know how to read it? Well, we're in the same boat. I couldn't even begin to tell you how to read Morse code. I couldn't even talk in Morse code. I could not get a message to anybody. I bet you there's a YouTube video out there that could teach you how. Not sure it'd be worth learning, but maybe. I wonder if that's something that you have to learn now. Like, if you still have to learn Morse. I bet you if you enter the armed forces, you have to learn it. Like in certain branches. Just in case something crazy happens. You know what I mean? Ah, no, it's poor Photoshop. But he showed it on stream. That's dope. Sounds like a really cool streamer. How long has this individual been streaming? It sounds like you've been watching him for a while as well. At least long enough that you can make content and photos and stuff for him and he'll show it. Don't. Whoops. I didn't mean to break that. That's saddening. I should pay attention. Oh well. I imagine that's going to happen a lot while I mine all this stuff out. I can always get more netherite, I guess. Not that big of a deal. Chazzy Boy is his name? Let's check him out real quick. I don't know if he's live, but I can at least check out his channel. Yo, okay. Bedrock player. Oh, that mustache he has is insane. I'm checking him out real quick. Okay, okay. I don't know what he's building here, but... Wait, is he on Bedrock or... No, he has to be on Bedrock. Well, that's sick. I'll have to check him out further later on. Well, I'm glad to know, like I said, I'm glad to know he's doing well. Lee. I'm still trying to figure out how he hit his head. Like, if it was sitting on top of the rim, the boy must have some crazy bounce. It's Bedrock? Okay. Yeah, 2.5k subs when I joined, and that was a year and a half ago. Woo! He's done some serious growth. Good for him. Heck yeah. Does he stream often? And how'd you find him? Was it just random? I guess that'd be the case for most, I guess, YouTubers that you end up finding, right? It just kind of randomly happens. You're cruising the internet. You see a thumbnail and you're like, huh, this looks semi-interesting. Let me click on that. Next thing you know, you're in this rabbit hole. You've warped through their content. You haven't showered in 4 days. You start to smell yourself. You're like, goodness gracious, I should leave my room, but you can't help it. So you continue watching the content. Xavier! Yo, the TNT finished its job? For the most part, yeah. Welcome to the Kick stream. I appreciate you watching over on Kick, man. I appreciate it, dog. It was just random? Heck yeah. It's not hard, he just has 0.5 brain cells. Well, at least he has some kind of... At least he has half a brain cell. You gotta start somewhere, right? Maybe you want to start with a bit more than half a brain cell, but nonetheless. But yeah, Xavier, let me go ahead and we can fly out of here really quick. So we're basically... We're done with the TNT dupers for the most part. I need to break all this stuff down, but I'll do that at some point. Yeah, I have a ton that I have to clean up. I have the name Cheese Lord as I named every type of cheese, which is over 2,000. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Burger Potato, you know how to... Like, you memorized every cheese? What the heck made you want to do that? But yeah, we have a ton to clean up, Xavier. It's not gonna... I don't know, it's not that bad. At least that's what I'm telling myself to make myself feel better. And if I fly, I can, like, kind of insta-mine these, so it's kind of nice. But I will do that at a later date. I'm gonna get these big chunks gone, and then I will, once I get the big chunks gone, then I'll fly around, but I need to go get more, fireworks. I need to AFK some gunpowder. Oh, you used the website. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I thought you were, like, really into cheese or something. Like, I wasn't gonna judge you or anything, it's just I'd never heard someone that into cheese, you know what I mean? But more power to you if you are. Like, there's nothing wrong with being into cheese. It can't be any different than being into, like, Pokemon or something. I'm really into Minecraft, you know? Let's see, Xavier, is it going to take you a lot of time to just fly and break the blocks? Yeah, it's going to take a few hours, but... I mean, I also placed 263,000 blocks of slime, so... You know, that took a while. Nav, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing alright today. You bet me I wouldn't, and I did, and for doing it, I got a free space on his realm, so it was worth, like, the 12 hours of naming cheese. Bless you, Burger Potato. Bless you, sir. That is commitment. I gotta tip my hat. Absolute respect. Can I reach that? No. But what we can do is this. There we go. Bum bum. Dum 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 dum. All right. Yes. Knock it down. Get rid of it. No more end stone. We're sick of the end stone. It has to go, guys. It's disgusting looking. It's a useless block. For the most part. End stone bricks kind of look alright, but beyond that, end stone is poopy sticks, okay? And I don't care what anyone says. You can't change my mind. It is poopy sticks. I want it gone. Please start a new hardcore series because I missed the old one. I'll start a hardcore series at some point, I'm sure. Just not anytime soon because I'm addicted to this world. Why not just use the TNT to just destroy the endstone that are below? Because if I drop it any lower than what it currently is, it starts to destroy the slime blocks. So, and I don't feel like collecting any more slime. I don't want to collect any more slime. I don't want to think about slime. I don't want to even place another piece of slime anytime soon. I could do that for this, but it seems like more of a chore to like go get the TNT. The TNT dupers miss this area, so it's just going to be easier to mine it out, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. When I'm going for interviews and they ask me how determined I am to do things, I use that as an example. Yeah. Heck yeah, I'm like, hey bro, I may not have a ton of experience, but let me tell you what I have done. I spent 12 hours naming 2,000 different types of cheeses. I'm not saying I'm the most qualified for the job, but if you need me to get something done, dadgummit, I'm going to. I'm one of those ones. You feel me? They probably look at you like, oh my gosh. So then you probably turn around and ask them, like, matter of fact, I know you're asking me all this, so let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Why do I deserve this job? You know what I mean? I think I subconsciously subbed and as I don't remember doing it. Really? Maybe you've this is your first time here in the stream. Maybe you randomly saw one of my videos. Not that I have a ton, but I don't know. Dang, I'm already wondering how long it's going to take to break the floating blocks. It's going to take a while. Just based off of what I did in the overworld, I did something very similar to this. And it took me, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. And that was probably half of the end island. So we're probably looking at about 10 hours. Now, I will say this. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a while. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to take a little bit, but I may do that on stream. That may be something that I turn on One Piece and start watching that and just kind of brush a few hours of grinding that all out. I really have no idea. It's going to take a little while, though. That is for sure. It won't happen overnight. It shocked you the last interview that you had, the person was like, good answer? I love that. I haven't been on a job interview in a very long time, but maybe I should do something like that. Maybe I should use my Minecraft streams. Like, no, I spent, I don't know, 200 hours in the end removing an end island and placing slime blocks. Now, I know that may not mean anything to you, but if anything, get from this that I'm committed when I start a project. Do I have any plans of doing anything with the endstones? No. I'm going to put them in a chest and they're going to sit there and rot. I don't have any plans of doing anything with it right now. I am collecting. That's another reason why I'm mining instead of blowing it all up. I want to collect some of this just in case Mojang makes some changes and does something even cooler with endstone. I'll have some and I won't have to go mine it. So we're going to collect some of it and put it in the chest and it's going to sit there. And maybe one day I'll use it, but I have no plans right now of using it. You had to make something up because you didn't have an answer for it. I've done that more times than I would care to count. Well, sometimes they ask questions that make no sense. Like, I had a job interview at GameStop once, and the guy was like, sell me this pin. And I was like, brother, this is a retail store. Like, it's not a sales job, but I mean, I get your point. And so I had to, like, try and sell him a pin. And let me tell you, it was a horrible sales pitch, but I got the job, so I don't know. I was like, okay, brother, I guess. It really came down to the question of like, do you need help? If you need help, hire me. I'm willing to work here. Give me whatever hours you want to. Just, I need a job. You know what I mean? That's one of the like more interesting things. Doma, thank you for liking and following. My Twitch, no, not my Twitch, my TikTok. Hope you're doing all right. Streaming on TikTok's a little weird. Granted, I'm not doing the most interesting thing in the world, but the idea I have for the end is going to be dope if I ever complete it. Boom, boom, boom. Give me that. You might go in a little bit when you get your laptop set up for a stream. I get it. I respect it. I appreciate you hanging out for the little bit of time that you have. Chatting with me. Always nice to have someone to chat with. Especially when you're doing something monotonous like this. I have to use the bathroom, but I just started to stream, it feels like, and so I want to, like, wait. Is that weird? I can't be the only one that does that, right? There's something about starting a stream that makes me want to use the bathroom. I don't know why, but it happens almost every time I go live. Asking to sell you a pin at GameStop is pretty insane. Like, bro, this is not a multi-billion-dollar corporation, or maybe it is. I never understood, like, okay, so when I would work at GameStop, first, you have to understand, when working at GameStop, I didn't get a commission. You get paid an hourly rate, and then if you work up the company, you can get a salary, right? So it's not like my sales is like performance based. They do have, like, if you sell, I don't know if they still have it, but like if you sold, like, there's like little reward systems. If you sold, they wanted you to sell that, but like you didn't get a commission or anything from it. So there was no real incentive to do it. So I really don't, you just basically ask the customer, like, hey, do you want to buy this because you get these rewards? And they would say yes or no. And they're like, but you need to push it. It's like, well, why am I pushing it if I get there's no incentive for me? Like, I don't win anything. I don't get like a bonus paycheck or anything like that. It's just, it helps out the company, which is already notoriously bad for like ripping people off when you come trade in games and stuff and systems, right? So there's that. You do that all the time. It's so bad, dude. Every time I start a stream, I gotta use the bathroom. But GameStop fell off so hard, probably because of online platforms like Steam and Epic. Yeah, that's one of them. I mean, there's ways of making brick and mortar stores like great experiences. GameStop just doesn't do it very well, and I think most of it has to do with the fact that, like, their return system is dog. It's dog water. Like, if it was a really good return system, then you would have a lot more people willing to buy from GameStop, because there are people who want to be able to buy a game and test it out and see if they really like it, versus if you buy it on Steam or you buy it online, you can't return it. Well, I guess you can on Steam, but like, I don't know how that works. I've never returned a Steam game. I've heard you can return it. So maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I miss the days of buying a physical copy of a game. That was always fun, and like reading the information packet on it. Like, I love that. Does GameStop give minimum wage? Yeah, they have to. Legally, they have to. In some GameStops, like, I don't know, some places will give you more than minimum wage, but legally they have to give you minimum wage. So, but that's going to be dependent on the state that you live in, and then I don't know about other countries, like what that is. You know what I mean? So, alright, there's that chunk gone. So this big boy next. Steam has a 30-day return window. Okay, then yeah, maybe there is just no point in going to GameStop, unless you're going to get, like, I don't know, maybe like a figurine or something, because I know that they sell those at GameStop. I don't know how often they sell them, but all in all, GameStop was not my favorite place to work. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I had one manager, so the manager that hired me was an awesome manager. But then they switched that manager out with a different manager from a different store location, and then the new manager that I had was not my favorite. I did not like working for him at all, and I ended up walking out. I just one day clocked in. He had me do some ridiculous work. Basically, he was like, "Hey, I want you to know that corporate's coming in town." So basically, it was the headquarters. They were going to come in town and check on the store, right? And I was like, "Okay, that's cool, not a problem." And he was like, I need you to alphabetize all the games. So if you ever go into GameStop, you'll notice that all the games are alphabetized. Well, there's a soft alphabetized, which means that's just all the A games are with each other. Then there's all the B games. Hard alphabetized is like making sure that all the A games are in alphabetical order for all the A's, and then going to the B's and so on and so forth. Does that make sense? And so I spent like 2 hours doing that, and he sat behind a computer doing inventory stuff, and it was just us two working. And so he just left me there to do all that and talk to all the customers, and then didn't help at all with any of the like cleaning up the store or anything. And so I was like, nah, bro, I'm out. And so I just walked out, grabbed my stuff, and left. Yeah, Steam's return system is really goated. Like 2 hours playtime and 14 days hold period without any playtime. If you miss the time by a few minutes, Steam still gives it if given a good reason. So basically, dictionary organizing method. Yes, it was horrible. It was horrible. It was a lot of effort, and I would have done it. Like I was fine with alphabetizing and making the store look good for corporate. Like that makes sense to me. What doesn't make sense to me is when it's just two of us working, and we work in the busiest GameStop in the whole city, and you're not helping me clean the entire store. Like I'm not gonna get thrown under the bus. You're not gonna throw me under the bus with corporate and say, oh well, he just wasn't doing his job. I'm not playing that game. I'll walk out on you. like I don't care about corporate. I don't care about GameStop that much. So I bounced. I grabbed my bag. He was like, oh, where are you going? I was like, oh, I'm leaving. And I was like, dog, you've had me sit here for 2 hours, alphabetize and clean this entire store, talk to every customer by myself while you sat in the back staring at a computer doing inventory stuff, which is obviously important. But when headquarters is on the way, I'm not going to do that by myself. And then when they get here and ask why the store looks like crap, I'm not getting thrown under the bus. Nah, you miss me with that. Miss me with that. Miss me. You feel me? Is that GameStop still open? Yes, it's still open. The manager still works there. I did have some of my my coworkers text me afterwards. They were like, "That is the greatest thing that has ever happened at the store." And I was like, "What?" They were like, "You left him high and dry, and because he was the only one working when corporate got there, they also had to clock in and work." They're like, "It was hilarious. I've never laughed that hard in my life." I was like, that was not my intention. I was like, I was just pissed off that he had me cleaning the entire store by myself. I was like, I wasn't doing that, so I left. So yeah, don't do what I did. All right, definitely be a better employee than me, but I would also make sure that you recognize that these companies don't really care about you. You're a number to them, so stand up for yourself. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. That's what I'll leave it at. And also, working at GameStop, you don't even get that good of a discount. I will say that you got if they had like a promotion going on, like, I don't know, Pokemon was going on. Pokemon Sun and Moon came out when I was working there, right? So I don't know how long, it's 8 years ago, something like that. And they had like Pokemon cards that they'd give away if you purchased the game. Well, when the promotion was over, they just had a bunch of inventory left over, and they're like, hey, you can have this if you want it. So I got some like really cool posters of games that I don't play and don't care about, but that was cool. So I guess in that regard, it was kind of worth it. But yeah, bro, you're not going to walk all over me. My mom and dad didn't raise no punk, you feel me? They didn't raise a punk. I ain't soft like that. Yeah. The crazy thing is I was a part-time employee. It wasn't even like I was, like, I worked during Christmas time, so like, yeah, you worked a lot of hours, and it was kind of chaotic. But like, it wasn't that bad. And like throughout the year, GameStop isn't like this notoriously busy store in general, right? And so it was cool to work there, but like, it was one of those things where like, you're just either respect me and respect me as an employee, and treat me the way that you want to be treated, or like, I'm not dying that hard to stay in this job. I have no problem quitting and going and working at like McDonald's or something. I'll be a janitor. I don't care. Like, I genuinely don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't care what people think about the job. Like, if I'm a janitor and you think that's a stupid job, then that's on you. I don't care. You know what I mean? So I have no problems with that. But you're going to respect me. Or at the very least, if you're not going to respect me, I'm not going to be there. You know what I mean? Because having a job like that company, that's a tool for me. It's a tool for me to make money so that I can live the life that I want to live. I make money, I pay my bills, I have a roof over my head, I have food, and I can buy games that I want to buy, or go on vacations if I want to, or invest money that I want to. Like that's the only thing that's what I use a job for. And so the second that no longer becomes a job and it's just you belittling me, nah, bro, we're gonna have a problem. You know what I mean? The job that I had wanted to get into was good as far as the pay for a gym membership for workers. I think it's just American jobs suck. Yeah, I mean, the American job culture, I don't know if it's like this in other countries, but we are very much... Wait, hold on. No wonder I don't have any... Hold on, 1 second. It is very much a grind in America. And I don't know, I don't hate it per se. I don't know, it's like these blocks or something. Hate would be a strong word. But like we are very, very work oriented. And so it makes it kind of a pain. Ah, there we go. Okay. We're good. Okay. It just makes it a pain whenever people, and like this specific manager was very focused on like, he would do and say things about employees and stuff in order to like make him look better so that he could move up the corporate ladder, which I don't know. I wouldn't want to do that to anybody, right? Like that seems like a horrible way of like you don't build trust with your coworkers and your employees, especially if you're in a management position. But also I can understand why he would do something like that. But unlike some of my other coworkers, like I'm not a rag doll. You're not going to throw me around. You know what I mean? Have I played any of the Zelda games? No. I probably played a few of them a long time ago. I missed a bullet? Yeah, I worked for him probably 3 months. And that's usually about how long I like take any of the jobs that I've ever had. If I had a bad manager, I worked for them for about 3 months. So it's about 3 months before I start losing my mind and I'm like, nah, bro, you're not going to treat me like this. But I've had jobs where I've worked for like a couple of years because I had awesome managers. I didn't necessarily enjoy the work or love the work, but I loved the people I worked around. They were awesome people, so I worked longer. You know what I mean? I think the environment that you end up getting, obviously if you're like new to the workforce and you're just starting out, if you're just getting done with school, it's your first job, maybe it's your second job, you're just trying to build experience, that's one thing. But like you're like me, who's had a number of jobs, just trying to figure out what I enjoy, what I like. Nah, bro, I ain't taking crap from nobody. So there's that. I don't know. It's probably not the best way. It's probably not the best advice, but that's just how I operate. So love it, hate it, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Do I have a Discord server? No, I don't. Yeah, the previous manager was dope. He brought us pizza one time. He randomly like disappeared from the store. He's like, hey guys, I'll be right back. I gotta go make a run for something. I gotta go take, I think he had to make a deposit for the company. And he's like, I'll be right back. And we're like, all right, bet, which was like normal, right? And then he came back. He's like, oh, by the way, you guys have been working really hard. I really appreciate the work you've been doing. Here's some pizza. I was like, what? I would have done anything for that guy. MFL, what's up, dude? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I just noticed you commented. But no, I don't have a Discord server. Because I play Minecraft, I know that there are viewers that are younger. And quite frankly, I don't feel like parenting a bunch of younger viewers. And so I don't have a Discord. Maybe one day I will, but if I do, it's going to be 18 plus. So that I don't have to necessarily... But even then, like, I guess you could lie about your age. I don't know. I just don't want to be a parent of a Discord channel. I have a hard enough time making sure that people follow the rules of my... I guess I don't have a hard enough time, but I worry about my stream more than anything, so no, I don't have one. What's like the best job you ever did? Like the one you had a good balance between cool coworkers and a decent job? So I used to work at a what is it called? A physical therapy clinic. That was by far the coolest job I've ever had. I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist there for a while. And so I got a job there and I spent an entire summer working there while I was in college. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. Really, really cool people. I also got to work with one of my best friends at the same time because he was also kind of interested in being a physical therapist. And so it made for a really fun summer. And then also the World Cup was going on, as well as, was the Olympics going on? I don't think the Olympics were. I think it was just the World Cup. And so, not that I'm really into soccer or anything, but the World Cup was going on, and that was dope. So it was a really good time. And then you got to talk to, like, I don't know if you've ever spent time talking, like, besides talking to your grandparents, but like talking to older generations. They're amazing people. They're just these giant, they're just giant wealths of like knowledge. I don't know how else to say it. There's a way of saying that. That's how I put it. They can lie, but at least you're not liable. That's true. That is true. I wouldn't be liable, but I have a conscience. And that's the problem. My value system won't allow me to start a Discord channel knowing that there might be a kid in that channel that sees something or hears something that they shouldn't hear or see. You know what I mean? Which, it's not like I have I'm not trying to be a family friendly channel or anything like that. It's not like if you guys swear in the stream or something, I'm not gonna ban you or anything. I don't care. But that's one of the reasons why I try not to cuss a whole lot. I don't know. I just want to be respectful of others. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Hold on, I got a text message. But yeah, I don't know. And Discord, obviously there's been a lot of, maybe not a lot, but within the past year, there's been a lot of controversy with Discord channels and stuff, specifically around major creators. Not that I'm a major creator, but major creators that happen to be playing Minecraft and stuff. And I'm like, do I really want to? I don't want to mess with that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it. And then also, I'm not a guy that that was so loud. Oh my gosh, my ears. That scared me so much. We're good though. But I also don't like chill in Discord. So I would have a Discord and then I would never be in there. And so there would be no point in you guys sitting in there either. And that's just me being honest. I have a Discord with some of my best friends and I'm rarely ever in there. They have to text me and be like, yo, Splunky, are you gonna be in Discord? Or we're gonna be in Discord, you wanna hop in? I'll be like, maybe I have the time, or I'm too tired, I don't wanna, you know? You're not family friendly, but you don't cuss very often? Yeah, I mean, that's me. The only time I really get like I cuss or anything like that, or get really animated or say something that might not be very family friendly, is when someone comes in here and starts making comments about how poor my stream is. Then I start running my mouth. I'm a trash talker, okay? I played basketball. I grew up on the internet playing Call of Duty and stuff, so I run my mouth. I try not to. There will be times where someone will say something and I'm like, whatever, I'll let it slide. I'll be like, dude, you're just, I'm trying to chill and you're coming in here and messing up the vibe. But last night, someone came into the stream and was like, this stream looks like trash. What am I even looking at? I was like, I looked at that message. I laughed a little bit and I was like, that's the same response I had when I saw your mother for the first time. But then I got to know her. She's a sweet lady, and honestly, we have plans for another date. You know what I mean? I do stuff like that. That's pretty thoughtful. Discord helps to communicate with viewers, but the amount of trouble you got to deal with is insane. That's my thing. I'm a lazy creator to an extent, and I don't want to have to deal with that, you know? To be fair, you said you have a family. It seems fairly fine for you to not be involved in Discord too much. Prioritizing your family over random people over the internet matters more. I agree 1,000%. My family will always come first. Love that you guys enjoy the content. It makes me feel good about myself, and I'm glad that I'm putting stuff out there that you enjoy. But push come to shove, I'm taking my family over everybody that's in chat. It's not even close. It wouldn't even be a thought. And I would expect you guys to do the same for your family. I would hope that you're close enough with your family that that's what you would do. Popularity online will never trump how my family feels about me, or how my wife views me, how my kids view me, ever. It will never, ever. I will quit YouTube and quit content creation in a heartbeat if it meant if it was I had to choose between this and my family. You guys would never see me again. I'd be gone. That guy is back. Welcome back now. Welcome back. I'm a fairly lazy content creator. Yeah, I'm the same way. Okay, I'm not lazy. I'm not a lazy content creator in the sense that I do really big projects in Minecraft, and I do take a lot of time to edit my videos and try to make them, like, I try to make each video better than the last, right? But there are certain things from a content perspective, like I could make a Discord and it would probably help me grow. I could make shorts and TikToks and post those and it would probably help me grow faster. But I only have so much time to give, right? And so much energy to give. And so I really try to be intentional with that time. And right now I want to focus on my YouTube videos and streaming. So I'm trying to build my YouTube audience in terms of the stream. And then I'm also trying to build a community over on Kick. And then I stream on multiple platforms, right? Like I'm streaming all over the place, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's like I don't want to have, there's certain things that I just don't want to take on because I know it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and there's a lot of responsibility there that I have enough responsibility on my plate as it is. Let's see, would you let your kids play video games while they are young? Depends on the video games, and I would have to be present. So like I'm okay with them playing Minecraft, but they're not going to play online. I would be okay with that. I don't know if my wife would be, but I'm a gamer and she's not. So, you know, there's that. But I also like my kids love being outside, and so I'm never going to tell them that like they're always going to be able to like if they want to play outside, then cool. We're going to play outside before we ever touch a video game. You know what I mean? Being outside, being present outside is 1,000 times more important to me than whether or not my kids play video games with me or play video games at all for that matter. But I mean, yeah, I'm definitely willing to let them play if that's something they're interested in, and it depends on the game. Turtle Man, what's up? Welcome back. I hope you're doing all right today. How much have you gotten mined? I've mined out the center pillar there, and then there was this massive chunk, these massive 2 chunks here. We're on the final chunk right here. So I've mined out a good amount, but I'm about to run out of rockets. I think I have a little bit of gunpowder left actually, so we'll make the final rockets, but I need to leave myself like 10 or 15 to make sure that I can get back to the overworld and then back to the end. So let's make these final ones. I don't know how much it's gonna make, but I don't think it's very much. Okay, we got a stack left. That's what we got to work with. We'll leave these in here so that I can leave. So we'll see how far this gets me, and then we're gonna go stand at my mob farm, and I guess I'll just talk to chat while I wait for gunpowder to kind of collect, you know what I mean? They're gonna learn about video games from school, and more of a parent aren't really parenting their kids probably. They give their kids pads by the age of 2. Yeah, I personally don't have an iPad. I don't have a tablet at all, and I will not give my kids a tablet. Obviously, like my kids are going to be homeschooled. That's a personal choice for me because I went through the public school system. If anything, maybe they'll go to a part-time private school if we like end up making the money to do so, but that's really expensive. So that's not a guarantee. That is a maybe. But I want my kids to be homeschooled mainly because I want to spend time with my kids. Like if you think about it, you have what, 18 to 20 years with your kids at home, give or take a little bit. Really, you have 18 years. If they go off to university, then they move to a different city or a different state, then you know that's probably the end of them living with you. And so at some point, my kids are not going to be at home. And at some point, like I think about this all the time, and it's like you won't understand until you have kids. But like there are nights where I cry at night because I know there's going to be a day where my son doesn't want me to hold him. You know what I mean? How long have I been making content? I've been making content. I started making content probably 10 or 15 years ago just for fun because I've always been fascinated with putting content on the internet. Like I thought it was so cool that a random person could record something at their house and throw it on the internet. So I've been doing that for fun, but I've been taking content seriously the past year. You can't stay for long. I get it. You're working. No problem. How does homeschooling system work? Like I never understood it. Like do parents teach their kids? Yes and no. So you usually, there are different programs, but you usually purchase like a homeschooling program and then you follow that program. Some programs it's like all paper, other programs have videos that you follow and you just kind of guide your kids through school, but it all happens at home. The difference is you spend 2 or 3 hours at home doing school every day instead of being out of school for 8 hours a day, which is what that is absolutely insane to me. It blew my mind. like I hated school because I was bored all day, and so I would like stare out the window and stuff, and my teachers would get on to me because I'd talk a lot, and they'd be like, we need you to like focus, and I'm like, you want me to focus for 8 straight hours? You guys can't focus for 8 straight hours. Like, I think the max time frame for an adult to like truly have dedicated focus time is like an hour to an hour and a half. And so you're asking a kid starting in kindergarten at 5 years old to sit in a chair for 8 hours, 7.5 hours, or 7 hours, because you have like 30 minutes for lunch and 30 minutes of PE. So what, an hour and a half total that you're not in a chair? And then 30 minutes of like recess? Are you kidding me? My son will play outside nonstop all day. I have to drag him inside. And you want a 5-year-old to just sit in a desk all day? Nah, bro, that's not, no way. That drove me insane, and I'm not gonna do that to my kids. Your homeschooled is nice. I normally finish around lunch. That's the thing. I think that's so amazing. If I only had to go to school for 3 or 4 hours, to graduate, get everything that I needed done, and then go do whatever I wanted, go play outside, go to a park, whatever it is, go fishing with my dad, whatever it was, that would have been so sick. You know what I mean? But how they develop social skills and build friendships? So that was a big question for me. One, part of that is making sure that you take your kids to extracurricular activities. So my kids are going to be in some kind of sports, but they're going to have to do some kind of physical activity. They don't have to do basketball like I did, but they're going to have to do something. I know they're going to be in some kind of martial arts. I was in martial arts when I was younger. I don't want them necessarily to know how to fight. I want them to know how to defend themselves because I think that's important. But martial arts really teaches you a lot about self-discipline. Like martial arts, you're not learning martial arts to learn how to fight someone. You're learning how to de-escalate situations. But if you are unable to do so, then you have the tools necessary to be able to defend yourself. Does that make sense? So, you can still go to public school sports. Yes, you can still do sports at public schools. You just have to sign them up. So there's ways of making sure that they are able to be socialized. So, like, you can do that. You just got to be very intentional about it. And, but I think that's part of being a good parent. Like, people will say parenting is hard. Parenting is only hard if you are like an active parent. Because it's very easy, like you said, to give a child an iPad or a computer or a TV monitor. And don't get me wrong, like my kids watch TV. Like there are days where I'm exhausted, right? But it is a whole lot harder to be a very dedicated parent and someone who is willing to put in time to make sure that they're doing stuff and learning and whatnot. Get them to soccer, dude. Like the dad energy you get while watching your son play is insane. But anyway, I think it's better to let kiddos decide what they want to play. I agree. My kid actually loves kicking a soccer ball and he loves hitting a baseball. He will sometimes pick up a basketball if I'm dribbling a basketball. That's the only time he wants to pick up a basketball. So I have no problem with him playing soccer or skateboarding or whatever it is what he wants to do. I want my kids to decide what they want to do. They just have to decide on something. Like they got to do something. I don't care what it is. You got to do something. We're not going to sit at the house all day every day. You're going to do something physical, and it's going to be a team-oriented sport, or it's going to be a martial art where you're learning about self-discipline. Like you're going to do something. But ultimately, I don't know. I can't judge other parents. I mean, I'm in a very blessed situation. You know, my wife and I get to spend a lot of time with our kids. I know not everybody has that opportunity or the ability to do so. And so in that regard, it can be a whole lot, it's a lot harder in terms of like deciding whether or not your kid is homeschooled or not. But if you have the opportunity to homeschool, I think it's so powerful to be able to spend that kind of time with your family. I think I can't speak about other countries or speak on other countries, but I think here in the US, we have maybe not lost, but you don't see like the family identity, I think is becoming more and more rare. And I mean, at the end of the day, like I could stream from now until I die, right? And we build this awesome, amazing community, but within a few months after that, or maybe a few weeks, I'll be forgotten. And definitely within a couple of generations, even within your own family. Like I know nothing about my great-great-great-great-grandfather. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know what he sounds like. I know nothing about him. You know what I mean? So like we're going to be forgotten. And the sooner we accept that and really focus on the things that are important, which are family, and just being grateful for the life that you have. Like the fact that you woke up this morning, you should be grateful for. You know what I mean? Because there are people that didn't wake up today. I go to a homeschool co-op, and it is a good social thing. I've heard about that. I don't know if that's what we're gonna do, but I've heard that's I know we have a couple of those in the city that I'm in. Well, if they decide to clear the inn for 200 hours like their father, then I'm gonna be a crazy proud dad. In our country, aging parents usually move in with the older son's family. That's interesting. That seems pretty cool. Would I be down for that? Probably, to some degree. I know my goal is to be able to retire my parents. Like I want to be able to make enough money from making content and streaming to like go to my wife and say, hey, like, do you want to continue working at your job? And her be able to make that decision because she loves her job. So if she wants to stay, great, like continue working. But if you don't and you want to be home with our kids all day, or you want to go, I don't know, pick up a new hobby or something, like, hey, don't worry, I got you. I want to be able to look at my parents and be like, hey, you guys have done everything. You guys provided a life for me that I couldn't have asked for. I couldn't have asked for better. And I appreciate that. It's my turn to return that favor. I've paid off your mortgages. You guys don't have to work if you don't want to. You're good. What are my thoughts on religion? So I am a Christian. I believe that Jesus Christ is our Savior. I don't necessarily believe, I don't like religion, but I believe in Jesus. So religion for me has always been used to do horrific acts. Especially if you look at the Christian faith and you look at the Christian religion, Christians have done horrific things throughout history. So for me, it's not, I don't like religion, but I do claim to be a Christian. I am a follower of Jesus Christ. And if there's anything that I wasn't raised in the church, it's something that I found when I got older, or as I got older. I guess I kind of was raised in the church because my wife took me to church starting in middle school. But if there's anything that I've learned from the teachings of Jesus Christ is like we're called to love people. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I don't care how you look. I don't care if you're poor. I don't care if you're rich. My job is to love you. Now, I may not agree with your decisions or your perspectives on life, but that doesn't matter. My job is to love you. That's it. At a bare minimum, my job is to love you. So, yeah, Xavier, I agree. It's going to take a while, but that has been a goal of mine for as long as I can remember, is to take care of my family because they took care of me. Now there are family members that like I will do nothing for because they did nothing for me. And it's not like a personal thing. It's just like, don't come ask me for money. Like if I had money and I didn't see you growing up at all, and you didn't come to like any of my school events, any of my sporting events, you didn't come to my graduation, you didn't come to my wedding, none of that. Don't ask me for money. Don't be like, hey, where have you been? How come you don't come visit us? What do you mean? You don't visit me. You don't talk to me. We may be related by blood, but that doesn't make us family. You know what I mean? Am I Baptist? No, I'm Nazarene. Nazarene. I met my wife in middle school. Yeah, I did. We're the chosen couple. I don't know about all that. But what I will say is it's cool meeting your significant other when you're that young. But it's also really hard to give advice to people who haven't, because I have friends who are like have asked questions about relationships and stuff, and I'm like, you have to understand, like, before she became my wife, she was my best friend. We were kids. Like we were kids, and so we like grew up together as kids. You know what I mean? So some of the things that like some of the habits that you develop as an adult, things that you wouldn't put up with, like I put up with because we were kids. You know what I mean? So. Be back in a sec. All right, sounds good. Yeah, no, I don't know. If you can find your significant other at an early age, it's awesome. Like I wouldn't want to be with anybody else. I also wouldn't want to go through all the stuff that we've gone through with like another person. I can't imagine being my age that I am now and like starting a family or starting a relationship and just trying to figure that out. That seems like such a horrible experience. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't know what I mean, but like, it just sounds like a horrible experience. because relationships are super hard. But I'm very blessed in the sense that, like, I don't know, I think society today, and maybe this is because of TV shows and movies, maybe it's something else, I don't know, but I think a lot of people are too quick to give up on a relationship. Now, it's not to say, like, there are some people who are like, oh no, this just isn't gonna work, and so which is perfectly fine. But I've seen a lot of people who are like, yeah, we're getting a divorce, or we're not gonna stay together because this happened. And it's like, well, did you guys talk through it? And it's like, yeah, not really. We just don't see eye to eye. And it's like, there's a lot of things my wife and I don't see eye to eye on, or haven't seen eye to eye on, but we talk through it, or have talked through it, and we come to an understanding, and we work through that, we make it work. I also come from a family where my parents, like, I don't remember my parents being together. And so I remember at an early age being like, nah, bro, I don't want that. Like, I remember my parents fighting over the phone. I don't want that, you know what I mean? If I could, would I want to be successful on Twitch or Kick? Kick, without question. Because Kick, you guys can watch Kick and have a great viewer experience without ads. Like, you don't have to worry about ads. I don't have to run a certain amount of ads. So without question, it would be Kick. Like, Twitch is cool, don't get me wrong. But I don't like some of the decisions that they've made. They've made the viewer experience worse, and they've made the creator experience worse, in my opinion. Do I stream on Twitch? Yes. I do, because it's an opportunity, and I'm going to use, just like I view corporate, I view Twitch. Like, it's just a tool, and so I'm going to treat it as such. But if I had a choice, it would be YouTube is where I want to be most successful. Like, I want to build the biggest community, and then from a streaming perspective, I want it to be Kick. But they also have like a pay option there, like an hourly pay option if you meet their metrics and stuff. So like, and also I think that Kick, just the layout, like, it looks very similar to Twitch, but like the emotes and emojis on Kick are really dope in my opinion. So I'm just excited to see where it goes in the future. You know what I mean? Seeing your friends in a relationship makes you wonder what it's like. It's a lot of work, and especially if you're young. Like, let me make some changes because it's like erasing your chat for some reason. Let me fix that really quick. Like, I don't know. Here's hold on, let me see really quick. I don't have that. Where is it? Is it here? Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. There we go. So that should fix that. It shouldn't be deleted. But here's the thing, like, moderation doing God's work, dude. I'm trying to figure out all of the Kick stuff. I'm still learning Kick, but here's the interesting thing about relationships, especially if you're younger. It's really hard to, like, imagine how large the world is and how many people there actually are on the planet. Like, it's really, really hard to fathom that there are 8 billion people on this planet. And so what I saw often in like grade school, and even though I'm coming from a different perspective because I am married to the girl of my dreams, and I met her in middle school, I'm a rare case. But my wife and I have had conversations like there could have been a world out there where we did not stay together. Like, there's that many people on the planet that chances are you could find a number of other people that would have fit what you are looking for in a life partner. And so I say this, if you find someone when you're young, fantastic, but it's not something you should be rushing either. Like, you really should be intentional in choosing your life partner because it's hard to do. Want to hop in Discord and chill? Mambo! You know I want to. I got about an hour, so let's chill in Discord. I'm gonna chill in Discord with one of my boys, guys. All right. Mumbo Elite. If you're into FIFA, he's the guy that you wanna chill with. I'm in Valhalla. I'm in Valhalla. Why does it show up? Yo, what's up, bro?
Not much. I literally clicked on this stream and I hear, I'm a lucky case. I'm with the girl of my dreams. I
Yeah,
met in high school.
yeah. Well, we were briefly talking about relationships, and I mentioned that I'd met, you know, Booski in middle school, and they were like, "What the heck?" And so I just wanted to be very, dude. Why does it pop up on the stream? I hate that it show. Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's whatever. It shows up. If it shows up, it shows up. I don't think it shows up. We're good. Have you streamed on Kick at all?
Uh, I have a Kick account. I think I did a few times. I'm thinking about adding as the triple stream if it
Bro,
lets me.
I'm doing so much streaming on so many different platforms. It's ridiculous. It's so hard to keep up with, but I really, really, really like. Your friend really joined at a perfect time. He absolutely. He tends to do that. He's a man of perfect timing. And how's work going for you? We busy today, or what's going on?
Dude, it's been crazy today.
Really?
This. Yeah, just got done with all the like crazy stuff, so now it's a little bit more chill, but yeah.
Well, hopefully it eases up as you enter the second half of this week.
Yeah, no, it should be good. It's like work politics because we're doing projects with a different team, and I don't know if I told you, but like I had a assumption that I'm like, wait a second, I'm timing out how long it takes me to do like this work versus like what they have in there.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I'm like, either there's a bunch of employees that aren't actually doing work,
right,
or they need to hire someone. And so like I talked to one of the guys. I talked to one of the guys today. I'm like, hey man, just a random question that I got you here because he called me into a meeting.
Yeah.
I'm like, we were originally told it's going to take like a month for us to volunteer at this project. Do you have like a time frame or estimation of how long it's going to take? He's like, to be blunt with you, I think it's going to take a lot longer than a month. Oh
boy. Great, good. God, I'm glad to hear that. Great. What mod do you use to put the instones in the shulker box so quickly? It is called, one second, Easy Shulker Boxes. I should know that off the top of my head, but I don't. So this one right here, it has been a lifesaver. It is one of the best mods I think I've ever had the pleasure of utilizing. I don't know if that's the right. Yeah, utilizing. So how was your pack opening? How'd that go? Have you been able to spend all your?
Dude, I love it.
Really?
They just came out with something that is like even more unlimited than we've had so far.
Okay.
And the only issue with it though, it's on its face, it's not as good as what we had last year. In a way, I think it's personally better, but it's not as good as last year. So everyone's complaining and saying like, "Oh, you can't do it the same way you did last year." I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm going to make money off of it. People are going to enjoy it. It's going to be a grind, and I can't wait. So each day is going to be like Christmas when I get on stream.
I love that. Have you been watching? Okay, I was watching this the other day. I don't know if this is like a normal tournament, but it's Copa Gold or something. Am I saying that right? Some soccer. Yes. What is that? Yes. What is this?
Right now, there's a tournament for the North American teams where essentially they all compete, and there's a few kind of thrown into the conference that aren't North Americans. Like we have Saudi Arabia in there.
Okay.
And essentially, you get put in your group, kind of like the World Cup format. If you get out of your group, you move on to the next round, and until you have a winner. And it's essentially like the international version of like a club trophy. So it's somewhat competitive. Some countries care about it more than others, especially the smaller ones, because that's really their only chance for a trophy. But like the United States, it's just drama. But then we also have the Club World Cup in the United States right now, which has given us a sneak peek of what it might look like for the World Cup next year.
Ooh, okay. Well,
stuff's going on.
I watched Jamaica play Guatemala last night while I was on the treadmill walking.
Yeah.
And it was something like, it was the first time that Guatemala beat Jamaica. They called them the Reggae Boys. I started cackling while I was on the.
Yes, sir.
Bro, I was rolling on the treadmill. I said, did they just call them the Reggae Boys? Like, that's hilarious. Club World Cup. There is a soccer tournament going on right now called the Gold Cup, the North American Gold Cup, or something like that. I don't know. I'm a little soccer stupid. You heard Bayern Munich destroyed a random second division New Zealand team 10-0. Ooh.
Yeah. So the goalkeeper works at like a standard. Most of them have standard jobs, but this guy had to request all his PTO from work so he could get his paid time off, but he didn't have enough to cover everything. So he essentially had to take a certain amount of days of unpaid leave. On top of that, he makes like from his club team, I think it was like $300 a week or something, so barely anything.
Yeah.
And the team, for being able to get into the tournament, the team gets like, I think it was something like $20 million, which is insane. But the players don't get the money. It goes to like the federation and stuff. And it's distributed from there. So they might get some money and they might get some stuff, but not as nearly as much as you'd think.
That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, no, I'm learning about soccer. It is a very incredibly in-depth world that I am learning about. Mainly because I watched what was it, was it the World Cup? I don't know what I watched recently. I think it was the last World Cup, and I got really mad at how bad the US did. And I know nothing about soccer, but I'm super competitive, and it makes me mad when the US does poor and stuff. Like, we're really good at basketball, and it just makes me mad that that's it. I mean, we're good at other stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm an American. You know what I mean? I'm proud of my country. What can I say? And I want to see us dominate at every athletic event known to man. And it feels like because of our population, we should be a whole lot better at soccer than we actually are. That coming with a massive level of ignorance because I don't play the sport. But, you know, there's that, Xavier. All right. The New Zealand team was like 2 million, while Bayern Munich squad was 900 million. Wait, what does that mean? Like, Turtle Man, like they're worth? Wait. Bayern Munich is worth $900 million.
In terms of club value, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's insane.
Like how much you got, like things like how much the club would cost if you buy it, but you also got to factor in things like, oh, they just almost signed a player worth 150 million. So if they did sign him, that brings a ton more value to the club.
Wow. Okay.
Same way like with when Messi went to the MLS to play for Inter Miami.
Yeah.
When Inter Miami was first bought by David Beckham.
Yeah.
He got a deal when David Beckham came to the United States. Instead of taking like a crap ton of money like they do in Saudi Arabia to go play there, David Beckham signed a deal where he says, hey, I want to be able, for a fraction of the cost that other people can, get a team to play in the MLS. I want to buy an expansion squad. So when he bought Inter Miami, he did that. And then he got Messi to come. The valuation of him went from like, I think it was 250 mil to like 2 billion or something crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. So, I didn't know that. That's insane. Turtle Man, welcome back. How are you doing, man? Like, the least valuable player was worth more than the entire New Zealand squad. Well, no wonder they got absolutely demolished. But okay, also I will say, even if I was on that other squad I got destroyed, that has to be like a dream moment. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Where it's like
imagine you hear, yo, bro, LeBron James is going to be at your gym this Saturday. And you got to put together a squad of your
Exactly.
You know your ass is getting handed to you.
For sure.
You were so excited.
For sure. I would be like, I know someone at a pub is like, you guys got slapped around 10-0. And it's like, yeah, but I was on the field with so-and-so. Where were you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, even though the goalie let in like that many goals, he for the rest of his life can be like, I saved a shot from this famous player.
Exactly, dog. I don't care. You wouldn't be able to say anything to me. Doing good. How is it going? Oh, it's going. You know, I'm just deleting the end island. I've been working at this for a while now. We've made good progress. What was that? Oh, I think I just had an aneurysm. Progress. Jeez, that was bad. Making good progress, all things considered. I'm going to be super excited when this is done, but having a stream to do this versus doing this by myself, not on stream, it makes it a whole lot more enjoyable, Turtle Man. Club World Cup is so unfair. Like, mostly strong teams are being paired up against weak second, third division teams. Clubs are mostly participating for the trophy and the insane prize pool. But I mean, this is where my ignorance comes into play. But I feel like it gives the opportunity for a no-name team to like really thrust themselves into the future. Like if they can do something really, really crazy. I mean, I don't know what the chances of that happening because I know it's a heavy skill sport, but like I don't know. I think that's what makes competition so fun is like the chance of a severe underdog doing something insane. That's why March Madness is so dope. Is because when you have a unknown college basketball team have a Cinderella story, oh man, it just puts chills on you. That is what competition is about. What am I planning on building? So my goal is, have you ever heard of Optic Gaming, Turtle Man? If you haven't, it's my favorite gaming organization. And so I'm building a monument for that gaming organization because they're the reason I got into content creation. And so the plan is to put carpet on the slime blocks. One, so that Endermen don't spawn, but two, I'm going to put the Optic logo down there. And then up here, I'm going to build a planet that's exploding. And there's going to be a spaceship that's shooting that planet. And in that spaceship, there's going to be an alien. And that alien's name is Optic Allen because it's like Optic Allen is like the mascot for Optic Gaming, or at least was at one point. And then I'm going to put it inside of a giant box. Three sides of that box is going to be glass. And then the fourth one is going to be a graffiti Optic mural thing that was created by one of the Optic members named Optic Hex. So you've never heard of them? So then it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's what I'm building. A giant planet that's going to be getting blown up by a spaceship is basically what I'm making.
Dude, I love how, like, no matter if you understand that or not, there's a universal, like, love and appreciation for people who do the most degenerate stuff for very little reason.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching that in Pokemon a lot right now. I have a bunch of YouTube channels recommended to me where it's like, I tried to catch the hardest possible shinies.
Yeah.
And beat the game with it. And the dude took 2 years to make this YouTube video.
That's so insane.
God.
I got a member on YouTube the other day. I was like, oh, it was random. And he was like, I just like when people are dedicated to really ridiculous stuff. And I was like, bet, dude. Thank you for the membership. I've never heard of them, but nice. Thank you. That would be true, but people do not care about these. The Inter Miami versus the AL something match didn't even sell out. Well, you also have to understand here in the U.S. I mean, there's no other way of putting it. We are diehard football fans, like American football, degenerate, run into each other with pads on at full speed, watch someone hurt each other type of degenerate.
Yeah.
And so when you no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say there's kind of some false equivalencies with that. People are saying like the World Cup shouldn't be in the United States because of this. One, like you said, you have a lot of unknown teams versus some really good teams, so competition's not really there. Also,
right.
Too, a lot of these games, the scheduling's horrible. If you're playing in Atlanta at like 11 a.m. our time, that might be great for someone in Europe to watch it because it's after their workday. But who's gonna spend $1,000+ to get an airplane?
Right.
Get tickets to the game, hotel to watch a nobody team versus probably someone you don't even support. So that's like very difficult.
True.
But if you do like pay close attention, there are a ton of games. Like we had, I think it was, how many people can fit into the stadium that usually hosts the Rose Bowl in California? They had like 80,000 or something.
Yeah, it's like
that was wild.
70 or 80,000. I mean, we have some massive arenas here. But you'll also see like with the US, when it comes to like Olympics or like world events, the US does turn up. So like when the World Cup is here, it's going to be a whole lot different than when you have individual teams that, I don't know, may or may not be of interest to us. But when it's USA versus somebody, whether we're bad or not, the US shows up. So it just depends on the event.
The Club World Cup right now, the way I'd look at it is for the teams in it and for the country, it's a money grab.
Yeah.
But also it's a platform for the United States to figure things out before the World Cup of like what they need to do. Because
That makes
like
sense.
the most important thing is like you don't want to go into the World Cup kind of like right now where they say, oh hey, we do have empty stadiums and these things. Why is that? Okay, do we need to change the time? Do we have to have any better competition?
That makes sense.
You learn from it.
Logistical stuff.
But people are going to be upset.
What is all the slime floor? That was just because I wanted to put a floor. And when I first started the project, I didn't realize that Endermen would spawn on slimes. I thought they didn't. And so I started putting slime down, realized that they spawned in, but I thought it would be hilarious if I had something like a massive trampoline in the end. Just because it's hilarious. So that's why I put it there. And then I realized that Endermen do spawn on it, so then I was like, you know what, I'll just cover it with carpet, and I'll still get the effect of being able to land on it and bounce, but I can also put like a really cool design on top. So that was a logistical stupid mistake on my end, but it turned out to be really, really cool. In my opinion, kind of looks crazy, but I don't recommend collecting this much slime. If you're ever wanting to know, not fun. It takes a very long time. For World Cup, I'm pretty sure the stadiums will sell out. Soccer is so prevalent. I think the World Cup final had like 3 billion concurrent viewers. That's insane. That hurts my head. That is so many viewers. Yeah, Turtle Man, it was I guess what I'm really trying to say is I like pain, and so I spent 60 hours collecting slime blocks. So it took me 60 hours just to get the slime blocks, then I had to place it all, and now I gotta go get carpet to put over it, but you know, whatever. I can't really cry about it because I did it to myself. You know? It's like getting mad at someone who's like hungover and they're the ones that decide to drink. They're like, I can't believe I feel this way. It's like, well, you know. Maybe don't drink. Do I have a Discord server? No, I don't have a personal one. I'm in a friend's Discord server. Mumba, who I'm talking to, is like one of my real life best friends. So that's really the only time I ever use Discord is to talk to him and like our little group of friends. Not that I wouldn't talk to other people, but like I said earlier, I'm not into babysitting. And since I play Minecraft, I know that there would be like you have to be very careful about what people say inside of a Discord chat, you know what I mean? And I have a hard enough time parenting my own kids. I don't want to deal with someone else's. I ain't your daddy. Maybe one day if I become a large enough channel that I can hire someone to like actually manage the channel properly, but even then that comes with a lot of trust. And there's just been so much negativity around Discord and like things that have been said that are inappropriate. And even if you put like age limits, like you can lie. I don't know. It's just a lot. You know what I mean? It is a whole lot to have a Discord server. And I don't know if that's something I want to take on. I think I kind of like the idea of just enjoying talking in chat. And you can even ask Mumbo. Like I'm like never in Discord. Like if you don't have kids, you don't understand the time commitment. But it's 24/7. So we have to like plan times to get into Discord, or I have to be like my kids like right now one of my kids is sleeping. And so what type of mouse am I using? A G502 Lightspeed. That's what it says on the bottom of the mouse. So I don't know if that's the actual name, but it's a Logitech mouse. It was a mouse that Double Lift used to use that he recommended on one of his videos or something a long time ago, and I was like, bet I'll go buy it, and I did, and it's worked pretty good actually. I've been happy with it. So but all that to say, I'm not against having a Discord. There would have to be some parameters put in place, some things put in place for me to really want to dive in. Melon Man, yo, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. There'd have to be some things put in place before I started Discord for the Splunky group. Have you ever streamed on TikTok? Because it makes no sense to me. Okay, so I don't understand this. I had like 60 views or 70 views total and like 65 unique viewers, but I had 5,000 likes. And
so they can spam the like button, so one person could hit like 200 times within a minute or two. If they're dedicated.
My gosh! Oh, that's cool. I was so confused by that. Does that help the channel? I have appeared.
I think it helps like either recommend it or push it more.
Oh, cool. All right, sweet. I have appeared like a Pokemon. I don't know what I asked, Melon Man, but I hope all is going well in your world. I am clearly on the final stages of clearing out the end. We're just deleting all of this nonsense known as Instone because just because, really. Has to be done. And then we get to mine out the pillars again, which is going to be fun. You're lagging like heck. Is anyone else lagging? I think it's just you.
Might just be him.
We have a turtle man and a melon man. We also have that guy. We have that guy, and then we have that guy, MOZ. No lag on your end, turtle? Alright, cool. I think melon man's on the YouTube. He's on the YouTube side, so maybe it's YouTube that's lagging? I don't know. I have no idea.
Oscar, with the crazy Minecraft projects you do,
Yeah.
do you think there'd ever be a point where you do kind of similar stuff, but in RuneScape, where you did get a new RuneScape account? Because I know you're upset that you lost your other one, but where you'd like start from scratch and try to get like what is it 99 in each skill?
Yeah, maybe, but it's a little. Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but it's a little different in that regard. But maybe. Let's see. Burger Potato, you forgot you had this open. Well, that's a good thing. I think that helps me out. So I appreciate you having it open. Doesn't Twitch have a policy of not being able to multi-stream, or is it just for people with contracts? They have a policy. First off, Twitch can bite me. All right, let's just put that out there. They tried to implement a no multi-streaming option, and then they got a really bad backlash because people were like, all right, bet, I'm just going to leave the platform and I'll stream somewhere else. Which, by the way, I don't think Twitch is I used to love Twitch. It's the fact that they force you to run ads. It's a ridiculous amount of ads, which is why I like Kick so much, because it's a ad-free viewer experience. Their emojis and everything are a whole lot better, in my opinion. But I also understand that people love Twitch and want to watch on there. But what they do say, like, I think in their TOS, technically me talking to you guys, if you're in a different stream and not in Twitch, I could get banned for that. But I'm such a small channel on Twitch, like, I mean, what are they going to do? Ban me and my 3 followers? Owie. You know what I mean? But yeah, they could. Do you get payment from ads they play? No. Not on Twitch. That does not go to me. That goes directly to them. I have to be, like, I don't even know if you get paid to be an affiliate. I don't know. But it's not worth it, in my opinion, to be an affiliate. I don't think I would ever be an affiliate. I'm not going to ever be an affiliate. I won't apply for partnership on Twitch. I will just multi-stream. Because, honestly, it's just better to be in multiple places. Which is funny because Mumbo and I did this a long time ago with multi-streaming, but everyone was like, no, don't do it. You need to have your... And it's just funny how it's come full circle. In the past, I don't know, 5 years or whatever it's been. Amazon own Twitch? Yes, Amazon does own Twitch. Which is fine. They just haven't done any, like, Amazon utilizes Twitch to run ads, basically. Which is funny because it's not like they make any money from, oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Let's not do that. They don't make any money from Twitch. Twitch it doesn't operate at it isn't profitable. So I really don't know how they help Amazon at all, but yeah, no, Amazon owns them.
I think they can use it as a tax write-off, but they have to justify it to some extent. So it's like they can expand to the point where it's like they get most market shares out of all streaming platforms and become really successful.
Yeah. But
like if they don't have that, if they're losing viewership, if they're constantly costing money and they're kind of losing all the benefits they originally had, yeah, you're right.
Which is what I'm pretty sure that they're losing viewership because 2 years ago when Kick started, Kick was like 0.1% of the viewership at Twitch, and I think now it's like up to 26%. So I know they're losing viewership. It's because they're implementing stupid stuff. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I hate Twitch? I don't hate Twitch. I hate what they're doing with Twitch, what they're doing to Twitch. I love Twitch because Twitch is like where I started my streaming. I guess it's not career, but where I started streaming. Like I want nothing but success for Twitch. But if you're gonna treat your viewers and your creators as nothing but a money grab to force ads and then make stupid, horrible decisions in terms of updates for the platforms and updates to TOS and stuff, then you, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I do hate. Maybe I do hate Twitch. Screw it. Yeah, I hate Twitch. They've ruined a platform that I loved. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at a 10. Fix the freaking platform and make it cool again. Do right by your creators. Do right by your viewers, dadgummit.
Dude, do you remember back when you could watch ads to earn bits, and it'd be random amounts of bits? And
Yes.
Donate to the streamer.
Yes.
During Fortnite, I'd watch Nick Merckx and other streamers, and I'd literally get like $10 worth of bits, and I'd send them to people.
And they
That
just
was so fun.
so sick. But no, I don't know. I mean, apply for monetization on Twitch. Like, if they ban you, just stream on other platforms. If they don't, hey, free money. That's true, but I'm pretty sure that. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you have affiliate, like, I think you can get subs and stuff. But if I partner with them in any way, then I can't multi-stream at all, from my understanding. Like, I have it contractually, I can't do it. So it doesn't make sense to apply for monetization or anything like that. You know what I mean? You're almost done.
Even if it is in the contracts that they can't multi-stream, it would hurt Twitch too much for them to enforce it for affiliates and stuff.
That's
if
true.
Everyone knows they would get banned because of multi-streaming.
Right.
No one would then stream on Twitch.
Right, that's true. So I mean, I don't know. It's just I stream on Twitch because I use it as another tool for content potential, building our community. You know, and I'm not gonna view it. I view Twitch, I view Kick and YouTube the same exact way. The same way that I viewed GameStop or any other corporate job that I've had. Of like, no, I'm here to get a paycheck. Obviously, making content's a little different. And it takes a whole lot more work. But like, if I get to the point where I start making money, it's like, no, I'm gonna utilize you guys as a tool. And if you do right by the viewers and by the content creators, great. But if you start doing stupid stuff, I'm going to speak my mind and say you're making terrible decisions. Like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. You know what I mean? Innovate, implement. But if there's backlash and people don't like it, then don't do it. You know what I mean? How much do I make? McDonald's money. You feel me? I can get a Happy Meal or two. I don't make a lot. So let me make sure that's very clear. I do not make enough for me to like pay bills. How many viewers do I have overall right now? My streaming software tells me 6, so I don't know if it's showing Kick, YouTube, and Twitch all at once. I don't know if it's showing TikTok or Twitter because I'm streaming on Twitter as well. But it says 6. I don't know. Nava, sorry, I didn't see that. There's 2 red names and yours are right next together. What's good, Splunky? I'm doing well, dude. How are you? I hope all is well in your world. We've made a lot of progress here on the end. We are currently mining out. I mean, you can see what we're doing. We're mining out the rest of the Endstone that the TNT dupers didn't get rid of. So, yeah, how have you been? I hope you're doing well. You can stream on Twitter. I don't think I've ever seen a stream on Twitter. Yeah, you can stream on Twitter. It's not. I would put streaming on Twitter up there with like streaming on Twitch when it first started. Like, it's not great. There's a lot of room, or like I put it on there like the same as like streaming on Facebook maybe, even though I don't stream on Facebook. Maybe I should, but I don't know. On Facebook I have family and friends, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't like sharing the fact that I stream or make content in general, mainly because I've had family members and friends who are like, oh, that's stupid, and it's like I don't want to have this conversation with a family member or friend about like what is stupid and what's not, you know. Do I have a separate job? Yeah, being a parent right now. I was a realtor, but I don't know if you know anything about the real estate economy at the moment. It's not good. It's really, really bad. So I'm in between jobs trying to figure that out. You're doing pretty good, thanks. I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that. I'm glad you're doing well. It definitely beats doing poorly. Dude, we have so many random blocks to get rid of. Oh my gosh, what have I done? What have I committed to? I don't know. But I think the carpal tunnel when I'm like 60 is going to be intense. You know what I've been doing recently? I've been working on my, I think they call it the primal squat. You heard of that? You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I started off, I could only do like 15 seconds. Now I can hold it about 3.5 minutes. And I don't know if it's helping me become super flexible or not, but I feel like it is. It's awesome. What are your stats for Endstone? I don't know. We should look. It's time to start cooking in Minecraft. We're trying to. 40,000. Not a whole lot because I blew up most of the island. How much viewers hours do you need for Kick monetization? I don't know. Let's go find out. So these are the metrics. If I want to get, so technically I can make money on Kick right now through subs and gifted subs, but to unlock full monetization, I need to reach 10 subscribers in the last 30 days. You need to reach an average viewership of 50 viewers in the last 30 days. I need to stream a total of 15 hours in the last 30 days. I have knocked that one out of the park. And then I need to have 100 unique chatters in the last 30 days. And we're about halfway there. And so that is path to verification. And then there's another one, path to partner on Twitch, which is like, I mean, basically what I just told you, just like double the metrics. So we're not even close. But, you know, it's a start, right? Wait, what do you mean? What did I say? You're out for a minute? So Xavier, who's watching on my Kick stream, was asking me what I need on Kick in order to unlock full monetization on Kick. Because with Kick, it's a whole lot more friendly, like viewer friendly. You don't have ads on Kick like you do on YouTube and on, like I can run ads on Kick if I wanted to, I think, if you're verified and stuff, but you don't have to. It can be completely free, like ad free. But they also have, what's cool about Kick is they have an hourly wage. If you get partnered with them, you can get an hourly pay for streaming, and for multi-streaming. It's like 50% less if you multi-stream, but you still get an hourly pay. So I'm really focusing on trying to build my community over there, because the sooner I get paid for streaming, the sooner I get to do this full time rather than continuing searching for another job like I have been. How long have I been on Kick? For about a week. Something like that. Not too long. I recently started over there. So I'm learning about Kick. It's been a cool experience. My favorites are YouTube and Kick. Those are the ones I'm focused on the most. Obviously I have Twitch, and I will focus on Twitch when there are people to talk to, like Turtle Man. He's a Twitch guy. And so I will focus on Twitch, but my main focus is, just because of the benefits of streaming on YouTube and Kick outweigh the benefits of streaming on Twitch right now. So if things change, then cool. I gotta go, sadly. Melon Man, you don't have to be sad, all right? Just know that, like, this isn't goodbye. This is a see you later. Oh, I'm spitting right now. I'm spitting right now. Yeah.
I'll go grab a snack. I'll be back.
All right. I'm spitting right now, guys. I'm one of those ones, all right? We may not be a big community now, but I'm telling you guys. We are going to be a massive community. I believe that. Oh, never mind. And he's back. He said, never mind. I don't gotta go. I'm still here, though. I'm in there like swimwear. You feel me? I'm in there like swimwear, okay? But in all seriousness, we're going to be a massive community. I believe that to my core. I feel like you have to be a little delusional if you're going to get into content creation. You know what I mean? See, I think monetization for YouTube. I am monetized on YouTube. So I do have monetization on YouTube. I just, like I said, it's not like I make a ridiculous amount of money. I make enough money to, you know, go have dinner with my wife, which is cool. Like I'm very appreciative of it, because there was a time in my life where I was like, I don't know if I'm meant to make content, because I don't think I will ever be able to make money from this. But you know, I had a conversation with my wife after I had some of my recent Minecraft videos do, you know, better than, you know, videos of the past. And I basically was like, hey, well, I'm in between jobs. What if I try and do this, like, seriously and just see what happens? And she was like, she's the most amazing woman on the planet. Not to say that your significant other isn't. I'm just biased in this, and there's nothing you can say to change my mind. But she has been entirely supportive through all this, you know? It'll be hard for me to chat to you when you get a lot of viewers, but I'm also happy when you get a lot of viewers. You know, that is the double-edged sword of growing a stream. But hopefully over time, as I grow as a content creator and as a streamer, my hope is that I can implement some things that really show how much I appreciate. Like, I don't think you guys understand, like, genuinely understand how much I appreciate you guys watching the stream and hanging out and chatting with me. And I really don't think you understand how much it means to me that like you guys have watched my videos. I've been doing this, I've been making content for so long that there were times where like I started questioning myself, and to have your support day in and day out when you can means more to me than I think I can actually put into words. And so truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. I genuinely mean that. I'll have to get membership soon. I want this to be said. You don't ever, I hope I never make you feel like you have to do anything. I tell you about all the websites that I stream on because I want you guys to have the option to watch where you want to. Membership, subscribing, none of that is ever required. If you don't feel like I'm providing you enough entertainment and you don't feel like you're getting your money's worth, quote unquote, or your time's worth, then you always have the right to not support me. So I just want that to be very, very clear. Like, you never, ever, ever have to subscribe. If you do, or become a member, or whatever the case is, thank you, because that does support me. But you guys watching, interacting with me, liking the stream, all that is more than I could ask for in terms of support. So thank you. And also, I think YouTube payment is stupidly a lot. It can be if you get enough views, that's for sure. Is there like a role system on YouTube? Like you can give people custom roles? You can do moderation and stuff like that, but I think there's more roles on Kick than there are on YouTube from what I've seen. That being said, I haven't done a whole lot of watching on Kick. What is your YouTube channel called? Splunky. The exact same name. Instead of, I think on Twitch I'm the Splunky. On YouTube it's just Splunky. And I'm a small channel on YouTube, so you probably have to type in Splunky Minecraft. No need to question yourself. Your content deserves a lot more than what it gets. I hope this channel goes to 10K by the end of the year, and I will always support you. Melman, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have a really, really large goal of, in 12 months, getting to 1 million subscribers. I don't even know if that's possible, but it's the type of goal that scares me and like makes me question. It's like, it feels like an insane goal. It makes my stomach turn over. But I don't know if you guys have ever read this book. There's a book called 10X. And the whole idea is like to create a goal for yourself and then multiply it by 10. Because the idea is like you may not reach your goal, but you're gonna end up a whole lot further than if you achieved like your initial goal, right? So if my initial goal was to get to 10,000, well, if I fall short there, then I'll end up at like, let's say 7,000 subscribers. If my new goal is 1 million, well, what if I end up at 200,000? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So, I don't know. I think it's important to like go for really massive goals. I subbed to your channel, Turtleman. Thank you. Welcome to the crew. I know you watch the streams, but if you enjoy the videos, I hope you enjoy the videos because you get more of like my solo personal, I guess. No, let me rephrase that. When I stream, you get more of my personality. When I create a video, it's me focusing on trying to tell a story. But I hope you enjoy it. I really do. I'm just gonna be flying around doing this for a while. This is gonna be fun. Okay.
Too much slime.
Scotty!
Hello.
What's up? It's too much slime. What do you mean it's too much slime? It's
Too much slime.
No, it's the perfect amount of slime. Well, you keep going. Ignore anyone who wrongs you or says bad things, Melman. I appreciate it. I will. I'll do my best. I actually, last night, some guy came in here and told me my stream sucked. He was like, it looks horrible. And so I told him, my response was like, yeah, I felt the same way when the first time I saw your mother. And then I was like, you know, but she's grown on me. She's a fantastic lady. We have a date night planned for this week, for this weekend. So I can handle my own. I can run my mouth.
Does your wife know, Oscar?
Yeah, I told her about it last night. She busted out laughing. She was like, you did not say that. I said, I sure did. You're not going to walk into my stream and make me feel bad about myself. And then he was like, yeah, but if it looks like this, no one's going to watch. And I was like, you're watching. And then he didn't say anything after that. He didn't say...
You tuned in?
Yep. Yeah, I was like, you're here. And he didn't say another word. So, if I let them get into your head, I'll try not to.
I wanna show you something.
Alright. Let's see, I think there was a YouTube called Technoblade who set his subscriber goal to 10 million. At the time, he had 80k subs, and what's amazing, he actually did accomplish it. Technoblade is a master of content creation, though. And RIP, rest in peace, dog. Gone way too soon. Cancer sucks, by the way. Okay, show me what you're showing me.
So WoW added their one button thing.
Okay.
I want to show you.
Tell me when you spam it, you just do a ridiculous amount of damage. Something disgusting. Hold on, let me look at this.
Here.
Let me look at this. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna check out my. Oh, let me see this. Let me see this. Watch stream. Okay, let me see this.
Okay, so this is the button right here. My Q.
Okay.
It has the repeating thing on it. So
Yeah.
I literally just sit here. I literally will just sit here now when I do dungeons and do this.
Did I say 40? Oh my gosh. Wait, I can't. Is that AoE as well?
Yeah.
What did they do to the game? That's so brain dead.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You said 500,000. What was that, bro?
I'm doing 1 million. I'm doing 1.15 million DPS a second right now.
Are there any bosses in the game that can handle that?
Oh yeah.
That's insane. My friend plays WoW, and they made an update where all you have to do is press one key, and he's showing me what it looks like, and it's absurd. I don't know if you guys have ever played WoW, but if you haven't, basically you have to. There's a lot that you have to manage when you're playing your characters, and they're trying to simplify that, but they may have gone a bit too far, because all you have to do is press one key, and you do disgusting amounts of damage.
Like the fact that they had made it so like the rotation goes like perfectly, it just like is kind of hilarious.
That's
to me.
busted. So as healers, do you have to worry about healing anymore, or is it the same way?
I'd assume healer. I don't know. I feel like healers would have to focus on their healing. Actually, I don't feel like you can do a one button heal because you're clicking
Right.
with so many other people.
Okay, that seems stupid. Wow, congratulations. Congratulations, what, Blizzard? Good job for being...
This just means it's one step closer to being able to be on console.
What
Now
is?
that it's a one
Oh,
button.
yeah.
Warcraft is now a one button spam game. I can literally AFK.
That's crazy. Has Asmongold talked about it? That's
Probably.
insane to me. I bet he's losing his mind.
Swifty's been using it a lot. He's super hyped about it.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't know how I feel about it. Like, yeah, let's be AFK like no other, because I can just sit here and press Q the entire time.
Right.
But it also just makes me sad because now I don't have to do there's just no skill to the game.
Hey, your
anymore.
brain-
I don't focus on a rotation. At
You don't
all.
even think about anything. You just are there. I don't know. I mean, it helps new players, I guess. Cool for them.
Like, no, even Reed could be a top player in this game.
True, dude. If it comes to console, I would actually grind the crap.
Dude, nah.
Especially if they like added like, oh, you can have a subscription through like PlayStation.
All your FIFA guys are like, what are you
That would
doing?
be so smart if they did that. A subscription through PlayStation. Holy moly. They'd get so many more people playing.
Well, they're trying not to gatekeep. They're trying to unlock that gate, so good for them. And then you have me playing Minecraft, doing absurd stuff in Minecraft. Just honestly, it's kind of relaxing. I have to admit, it's not having a hardcore world is so nice. I don't have to think about anything. I can just play. Granted, there are probably, I don't know, what did we guess? 10,000 blocks that I have to mine right now? Fly around and mine out of the air, so this is gonna take forever.
That's gross.
It's pretty disgusting.
I
But
love it. I love it.
yeah, it's because you're a natural born grinder, that's why. Bump, bump. It gives me an opportunity to work on my terrible parkour, so there's that. Okay, missed. Like I said, my parkour is terrible, guys. Ask your friends if they've played Portal 2. Have any of you guys played Portal 2? Wait, Scotty probably has. Have you?
No.
Wait, Scotty, your mic cut out.
I played it a long time ago.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, he's played it. How long do you think you'll stream? I will stream for probably another 10 minutes. I have to go pick up my kiddo from school, or like, no, it's not school, it's PDO, and then I gotta take him to swim lessons. So the stream, yeah, my stream is almost done for the day. I may stream again tonight. I've been streaming late in the evening because I don't know. It depends on how sleepy I am after workouts. I got a pretty tough workout today, so we'll see. But I've been trying to grind whenever I can. Wait, go ahead.
What did you do the other day that you burned like 1,300 calories in an hour and a half or whatever that was? That was insane.
So I did a high rocks workout. So basically you run 1,000 meters, or you run 2.5 laps around a track, and then you go do like a lift. So today, as a matter of fact, I can pull it up. So you have 8 exercises, and today it's the beginner. I like reset it, so I'm at the beginner stage. So week 1 is I will do 1,000 meters on the track, and then I gotta walk. I gotta do 20 body weight walking lunges, so a total of 40, 20 per leg, and then I'll go back, run another 1,000 meters, then come back. I have to do 15 push-ups, then go run another 1,000 meters, come back, and I have to row 500 meters. 1,000 meters, I have to do dumbbell farmer carries 100 feet. 1,000 meters, then I have to do 24-inch box step-ups for 20 reps. 1,000 meters, I got to do 30 Russian twists. 1,000 meters, I got to do 30 wall balls. 1,000 meters, 10 reps of burpees, and then I'm done. Gotta go, dude. See you later, Xavier. Have a good one, bro. I've been working on my Minecraft thumbnail for the past hour. Is it coming together? I hope it is. Turtle Man. Okay, see you then. All right, brother. Take it easy if you're leaving. Yeah, I'll probably stream again this evening. That's the goal anyways. It always depends on my wife and my kids, but if time allows, I stream in the evening for a couple of hours. Usually from like 9 to midnight or something like that. And then I gotta go to sleep after that. I'm getting old, alright? This body can't handle it no more. I don't know if I'm actually getting old. I mean, I am getting old. I mean, not. Let me clarify. I'm getting older, but like, could I really stay up late? Probably. The thing is like you just don't want to. Like you start a career, right? And like your body literally shuts itself off at like 8. It's just like, nah, bro. You got work tomorrow. Let's not do this. And even though I don't have a job right now, mine's because my kids wake up, like, I kid you not, the sun peaks over the horizon and they're like, hey, Dad, wake up! You know what I mean? I've been finishing the majority of my base and creative to use as the screenshot. Oh. See, I do absolutely nothing in creative. I should, but in my head, it's like, I'm going to build something in creative to then go build it again in survival. Nah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not do it. It hurt my head building it the first time. I'm not going to do it twice. But I guess you have an outline and you can, like, I don't know. I know people do the whole blueprint thing with Lightmatica, and so maybe it makes it a little faster, but I still have to collect all the materials, and I don't know. It seems like a chore, but you know, that's just me. Like I said, I can be lazy, so. Do I have Discord? Yes, I have Discord. I just don't have a Discord for Splunky. Oh, wait, why am I being attacked? Why? I didn't even look at you. I have a personal Discord, and I'm talking to 2 of my best friends. So I don't have Discord for anything else. And also, they have a hard enough time getting me into Discord to begin with. I'm busy being a dad, so. Which one of us is about to find out just how busy they can be, huh? Yeah! Yeah! How excited are you?
I'm so excited.
Are you taking off from work?
I get 6 weeks off.
What? Wait, what? Hold on. Like, PTO 6 weeks off?
Yeah, it's called paternity leave, man.
What an absolute man you are. I love that for you.
Yeah, Maddie gets 16 weeks off.
Yes! She's working at Discover still, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Discover takes care of theirs.
Yeah, I wish I worked there. I get 16 weeks too.
That's so sick.
16?
Well, I had the majority of area done. I just don't have the resources. Yeah, that's the problem of doing it all in creative.
Really 4 months off. and it doesn't even count towards PTO either. So once she's done, she could even take PTO if she wanted to.
That's actually sick. I didn't know Discover was that good.
Yeah, they're fire.
Good on. Yeah, good for them. That's awesome. Bum, 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 bum.
How one button goes in a dungeon.
Dude, one bun with the baby.
Reese says hi. Do you remember me? Yes, I do remember you. How are you?
We turned WoW into a dad game now. Like I can literally hold my baby and press one button.
Your baby's gonna be so good at grinding video games.
I can't wait. You're so good at grinding board games too.
Yeah. My kid has zero interest in video games.
That's sad.
That's a sad story. No, my kid loves being outside.
I think you got 2 more to work on.
Oh yeah, well, both of my kids like being outside. So, have you seen my edit? No, I haven't seen your edit.
17. What's 17 more years? You got this last one to work on.
Oh, okay, right. I just broke the entire frame of my house on accident. Can you fix it is the real question. What time is it? All right, guys, stream. I gotta go. I gotta go pick up my kid from school. So thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys have an amazing afternoon. Like I said, I'm gonna try and stream again this evening. If not, I will be back streaming on Friday 100%. So I'll see you then. Until then, I don't know. Go out and tell someone you love them. There we go. Peace. Melon Man, this isn't goodbye, brother. Okay, we said it earlier. This is see you later. I'm not leaving you. Okay, you're making it sound like I'm gonna go get milk and never return. That's not what's happening. I'll be back. I'll be back. It just might be a few hours.
He's lying to you.
See ya.